Hi everyone, I hope you had a restful weekend and you got a chance to rest that brain because we used a lot of it last week. And guess what? We're going to use a lot of it this week too. Okay, so I'm going to go right into your learning because I have a lot to tell you about. So let's start with a new word, responsibility. You ever heard this word before? Okay. Responsibility just means doing what you're supposed to do. Responsibility means doing what you're supposed to do. Responsibility means, good. Okay. When you do what you're supposed to do, that means that you're being responsible. Okay, so responsibility, doing what you're supposed to do. When you do what you're supposed to do, that means you're being responsible. Okay, I want to show you something else that's brand new to you. So, the last 2 weeks were weeks that we were getting to know each other and we were getting to learn about Seesaw. Well, from now on, you're going to learn what you're supposed to learn in kindergarten. So we're going to be doing this thing called learning targets every time you start to learn about something. That's why they're called learning targets. So a learning target just tells you what you're going to learn and then how you're going to show it. So sometimes we have one learning target. Sometimes we have two. Today we have two. So I'm going to read each one for you. I can explain what being responsible means. That's our first learning target. Our second learning target is I can describe, and describe is just a long word for tell, how I show responsibility. So those are the two things we're going to learn today, and we're going to show how we learned that. Okay, here we go. So responsibility means doing what you're supposed to do. So I want you to think about school. What are you supposed to do in school? You're supposed to go on Seesaw and follow your schedule. If you do that, you're being responsible. You're supposed to do your work during small group. If you do that, you're being responsible. You're supposed to put away all your learning tools inside your learning box. If you do that, you're being responsible. Now, is responsibility just in school? No, you can be responsible at home too. So what are some of the ways that you can be responsible at home? Yes, you can clean your room. How else? You can put away your toys. All right, good. So those are some ways that you can be responsible at home too. So to help us learn more about responsibility, we have a book. Okay? And I want to show you this book, another very small book, but you know what I say about small books? Big thoughts sometimes come out of very small books, okay? So the title of this book is How Do Dinosaurs Clean Their Rooms? By Jane Yolen, illustrated by Mark Teague. So Jane Yolen wrote the words, Mark Teague drew the pictures. So here we go. How do dinosaurs clean their rooms? How does a dinosaur clean up his room? With a big bucket loader or shovel or broom? Does he stick all his teddy bears under his bed? Or shove them all into his closet instead? Does he put dirty socks in the back of his drawers? Does he hide his old jammies behind bathroom doors? No, a dinosaur doesn't. He does all his chores. He picks up his toys and he puts them in rows. And into the hamper he throws dirty clothes. And all the ripped paper goes into the basket before either Mama or Papa can ask it. His room is quite tidy, the shelves, bed, and floor. Thank you, little dinosaur. Okay? So, what are some ways that, that the dinosaurs were being responsible, doing what they're supposed to do in this book? Yes, they picked up their clothes. What else did the dinosaurs do? They threw away paper in the basket. Yes, so the dinosaurs were showing responsibility. They were doing what they're supposed to do. Okay, speaking of doing what you're supposed to do, here's what you're supposed to do right now. So you're going to think of how you can show responsibility, or how you show responsibility, I should say, either in school or at home. You're going to draw yourself showing responsibility. Now, if you don't have paper, you can use your board that we use at school. You can use the marker that you write on boards, and you can make an illustration on the board. Okay, when you're done with that, you're going to go into Seesaw and click on the activity. Okay, remember the signs? This lets you inside the activity. When you're in, you're going to find your name. After you find your name, you're going to click on the camera, remember? And that opens up that box with 3 pictures. And then you want to press the video camera. That starts your recording, okay? Then, well, it opens up your recording, I should say. Then you're going to pick up your paper or your board, and you're going to press the camera again. That will start your recording, and then you're going to describe how you are responsible. When you're done, you press the pause. Oops, that's not the pause button. The pause button. That stops your recording. Okay? And then, yes, finally this button. Check it 2 times and it'll send your work to your teacher. Okay? So a lot of information came at you. Okay, so take your time and do your work. Be responsible, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.